good to see you both. Welcome to Popternative.
Hello.
I love alternative.
Yeah, absolutely. Question for both of you. Alyvia, we'll start with you. We'll let Jack finish. But it's a question for both of you. Both of you have worked in these kind of crazy, chaotic worlds before. These different kind of shows and movies that have a lot of different characters and everything. And I'm just curious, Alyvia, if you ever bring different characters, different storylines, of course. But like, do you ever bring things from past project, like from Chucky, Daybreaker to something like the Spiderwick Chronicles, or are they all separate journeys specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some sort of through line throughout all my characters that I play, the through line being me. I think like I kind of in a way, without even really trying, bring a little bit of my own personality and my own self into every character that I play. And I think that especially with Calliope and Lexi, they're very different. One being the fact that Lexi and Chucky is trying to get the villain, and in Spiderwick she is the villain, which was very fun. But also getting to, they kind of have similar arcs in a way. They kind of like, I mean, they start out as people who you hate, and in Chucky you kind of want her dead. You don't want her to be a kid. Like, everybody hated my character so much. The death threats were crazy. And then yeah, it was a lot. The Chucky fandom is crazy. Like, they're the best
nuts.
ever.
It's nonstop. It's crazy. Devin Sawa and I talked about it too. It's just all over the place.
It's huge. And anyway, yeah. So then I'll wrap this up. I'm rambling now, but yeah. And then in Spiderwick, she kind of has the same thing going on, which I don't want to spoil too much about. But
100%.
Yeah, they have nice arcs.
Yeah, Jack, the Chucky fans, just like the It fans, are just nonstop. There's no pause button. It's crazy. Jack, is it kind of interesting for you to kind of work in all these different worlds of like fantasy horror movies, and then something like this specifically where it's so kind of complex, but there's so many characters we meet on the way? Like, what's that like from you seeing like scripts of things that you kind of go before you go to camera and then go and film them, and it's like these are like really big ensemble casts? Like, what's that like for you specifically?
It's a blessing, dude. Whatever. Like, I love diversity in my creativity as the farthest reaches I can imagine or not even imagine. That's what I'm attracted to. That's the stuff that I want to do. I never thought the day would come when I'd get to play Thimble Attack in Spiderwick Chronicles, but it happened, and it's a dream come true. I used to love watching Spiderwick Chronicles. I watched that movie on repeat all the time when I was a kid. I loved Thimble Attack. He was my favorite character in it, and it's incredible how lucky and fortuitous it all is. Really, it's crazy. It's so serendipitous.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's a blessing. I loved working on it. I loved working on Shazam for the same reasons. Like, I loved Shazam growing up in the comics, or Captain Marvel rather, and I loved Pennywise in it. I loved Tim Curry doing that. So it's all. I'm so blessed.
Does gazebos get brought up like once a month at least? Still, I hope
more than that, probably.
Okay, perfect.
And people also have the tattoo, that scene of the loser lover. A lot of folks have.
No, I know, it's so crazy. Alyvia, super quick. I just wanted to ask before we wrap up. Does it feel like kind of one big storytelling journey before filming and after filming, or does it feel like kind of two separate journeys? Or like I'm just curious about that, because a lot happens before we go to camera.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's so two different roles. I mean, I like think back to just filming this and now doing press for it. It's like feels like it happened years and years and years ago. Which it was quite a long time ago. It was about a year ago. And yeah, I mean, it does feel like two different worlds, but also it's very nice once you're done filming something to be able to step back and step out of it and kind of remove yourself away from it and let all of the editing and everything go into it, and then like a year later they're calling you back to do ADR and do all like the final touches on it, and then you get excited about it again, and it's so much fun.
I can't wait for people to see it on the Roku channel, the Spiderwick Chronicles. It was so great chatting with you both. Thanks so much for your time.
You too. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.